We need to get to a point where whatever concoction we come up with, we let the Bible judge that to say it's correct or not. Now, I've just said we cannot avoid syncretism, but we let the Bible decide as to whether this form that we are making, is it in line with the principles of the Bible or not. Let's probably we may have to just look at the history where this whole thing started.
In fact, I was going to ask, when you look at the history of African communities or religions or practices, whether it's social, economic, political, and otherwise, was there a time when Africa was not religious? Was there a time when Africa began to shift and other foreign religions? I'm trying to think, how did we get to a point where we have to choose between African traditional spirituality and Christianity? And I like the idea you're bringing to say we should just not call our culture a culture, but it's a religion. And I like the idea of identifying its gods and how we worship those gods and how we appease them, if there's a way of appeasing them. But most importantly, when you compare, not only compare, how did we get to these systems where historically, where are we coming from? And what has influenced us getting to a point where African Adventists are faced with Christianity and traditional practices?
Yeah, I think let's see how far we can go. Let's make a point here that everyone will agree with. And sometimes we tend to be parochial in these conversations where we think that the West came to through imperialism to impose their religion on us. Let's just make this thing very clear. All people had their own religion. All of them. I'll go far as just in the Bible. When Paul goes to Athens, he didn't find a religious vacuum tribe of people. They are their own gods.
Yes.
He says, I can see that you are religious. Some will say superstitious, but I can see that you are religious. To a point we even have an altar dedicated to a god who's unknown.
God. Yeah.
You've got your gods. Let me put it, that's a principle. All nations had their religions.